show's called the Moveable scene of the page. I wanted it to feel like a space that was still live and moving and had elements of the studio still visible. I work as a sculptor. I make work out of ceramics and plaster, metals. But in the last 5 or so years, I've also been using writing and text making as a sculptural tool. So in the show, I've made a new big copper wall piece, which is a display system that lots of other works hang on. As part of that, there are new ceramic works. There are some works in plaster, and I've also made a series of digitally printed works on fabric. The hanging system, I wanted to reference the sort of lines of a page, thinking about how letter forms and other forms might sit on them. I've used writing as a recent addition to my practice, and in 2024 I wrote my first book called Body of Pieces, which is a fictional novel. It was partly about lockdown and not being able to access the studio and my tools in the same way, but it also became a really exciting space of an expansion of my studio. Month to month feature in the show, both as a kind of a shape and a form, but also as a process. So one of the tools in the show is an extruder where clay is posted into a cylinder and a lever forces the clay out through a hole of a specific shape in the base to create these long kind of snaking pieces of clay. And it's this process which is the way that Monster Munch is made. And so the Monster Munch then became the basis of my own alphabet and fonts. So each of the letters are pulled out of the tube and chopped up and become these text pieces, which are actually extracts from a text piece that's also in the show. So it's my hope for visitors to the show that they enjoy some of my joy with materials and sculptural processes, and that there's a kind of fun in exploring the tactility and surfaces of the works, and that they can enjoy a physical moment in the gallery space, enjoying the surfaces and objects that I've made.
I called the film Long COVID and the Culture of Disbelief because I wanted to both explain, explore and find out through making a film of how to say what we're feeling when we have long COVID, and the lack of knowledge around it, the lack of treatment, the lack of systems in place to help care for this condition and similar conditions, was that we're feeling not only something biological but also kind of societal and cultural. It began in 2019 as a film about the condition ME, or Myalgic Encephalomyelitis. And then the pandemic arrived and long COVID arrived into the world, into me, and also into this film very quickly at the beginning. The film became this process of kind of making sense of the world and my body, and also carrying with it the history and research I'd been doing about ME and the kind of social history going back to the past, and how this was carrying forward again into our experiences of long COVID in the present. So the culture of disbelief is both kind of this kind of lived experience where many people have struggled to be believed by doctors when test results come back normal, but also it's a wider, longer, more systemic kind of culture belief that we're living in and feeling as well. I began working with CGI at the beginning because I was kind of drawn to this. It felt there was something to explore between CGI and the experiences of what it feels like to have chronic illness. Images caught between belief and disbelief, and that resonated with me in terms of the complexities of ME and long COVID, of having tests that don't show anything and being caught in this belief and disbelief. And it felt to me that if images had feelings, they were feeling the same as me. I hope people take away from the film a poetic and rhythmic and tonal complex story of what long COVID is and might be, and how it feels like to be living within that context. I hope people feel that they can resonate with what I speak about in the film.